In my last semester of college, I accidentally slapped one of my classmates on the butt pretty much as hard as I could in front of our entire class on accident. This is how it happened. When I was a wee young man, just in undergrad, I was very frugal, and so I was like, you know what, I still need one more class. What is a class I wouldn't normally take? And that's how I ended up in Intro to Modern Dance Technique 101. Now, it said intro, but this was really one of those classes for people that were super into dancing when they were younger. We had 3 guys and the rest of them were girls in this like 25-person class, and none of the dudes had any dance experience whatsoever, but all of the girls had at least 5 years of dance experience from when they were really young. That's not it though. We had 2 students who weren't just people who were really good at dancing from a young age. They were dance minors. We were being told to contend with these 2 people who were dance minors but decided to take an intro level class. Normally, you're graded on your own, right? It doesn't matter what anybody else does. Who cares? But on this particular class, we had to do an assignment, and this assignment was to come up with a 30-second dance that was inspired by an artist that was assigned to us. I don't remember who my artist was, but I can tell you, after I was done, the 2 dance minors told me, wow, that was really good. If we get a chance to like dance each other's pieces, I hope that we get to dance yours. Not to suck my own dick or anything, but like, I'm a fucking dancer, baby. After everybody goes and presents their pieces, the instructor tells us that now we have to go ahead and combine 4 people's pieces into one cohesive piece. It was not an assigned thing. People went out of their way to form groups. My intention was to go and sign up for a project that had the 3 other easiest dance pieces. But because I was just a wee young impressionable lad, I was going to sign up, and then the 2 dance minors came up to me and they were like, we really want to be in your group because we liked your piece. And I was like, okay, sure. And then I was in the group with the 2 dance minors. This should be okay, but you know how like you have those people in projects that try really hard when you have a project that you have to present in front of everybody, and they'll come in like a costume or something, or they'll like have a whole play or something planned out for their project. They did the equivalent of that. This was probably the most athletic, high-intensity 2 minutes of my life. With the girl who wasn't a dance minor, she had like props. She had this rope that we were supposed to incorporate that all of us were supposed to hold. The 2 other girls that were dance minors had flips and like jumping and then like running to a side and then jumping. And we had to figure out how to incorporate my piece that involved laying on the ground, standing up, waving your arms, and then that's it. After we figure out how we're going to add different parts, the instructor tells us, oh, also, we got a live drummer to help you with this so you can keep time. They didn't just say, okay, you have to keep this specific time. They were like, I want you to go up to, let's call him Paul. Go up to Paul and tell him how you want him to play. Tell him what time signature you want it to be. I'm okay with letting the dance minors take charge of this because I don't know what I'm doing. But in hindsight, I should have had more say because I didn't know what I was doing. They were like, yeah, at the beginning, can you keep 4/4 time and keep it kind of slow, but when we wave our arms up, we want you to bring it up to like double tempo. And then when get to the next part, I want you to bring it back down and make it like a 1/4 tempo of what you're at. And they go through this through the entire thing. We have like 4 weeks to practice. We get to the dance class right before the final, which is us performing for like the last time. We get up there, go through my part, completely fine. Then we got to the girl with the rope. We got into like the square and they like wrapped it around us, and we had to like wave our arms around and like lift it over us, and then we had to like slide over and stretch out on the floor, and then slowly rise up and like get into this line. And then when you were in this line, you would like stand there and freeze in whatever pose you were in, and then drag yourself into this square shape. And so when we were in the square shape, we got to the first dance minors section. I remember it clearly. You took one step forward to the left, jump up, spread your limbs out, star, take a step back. Then you take one step to the right, step forward, jump, star, step back. And then on the step back, you take an additional step back with your left foot, and you balance on just your left foot and do like the Matrix. And then you came forward. As you came forward, you have to do like a forward shoulder roll and come up onto one knee. The star parts were like super fast, and then the Matrix part took like 10 seconds, bro. And then it would speed up again when you did the front roll. Then we got to the next girl's part, and I don't remember her part because I got 2 beats behind on this part of the song. I say I got 2 beats behind. It normally wouldn't be that important if we were all close together, but the last girl's part involved all of us standing into a line, and because I was the tallest, they put me on the end, because at the end of the piece, they wanted us to dogpile each other. I noticed that I'm 2 beats behind, like 4 beats before the song is over. I see all of my group members running toward the center. As they're running toward the center, I go, oh my god, I have to get there really fast. So I take one leaping step forward and jump. And as I'm jumping, I start slowly turning in the air. I can't see what's behind me, and I'm falling, and I'm falling. All of a sudden, I feel my hand go. I feel something jiggle underneath it. I lay there, I turn back, and one of the dance minors is looking at me. I'm just, oh my god, I am so sorry. And everybody in the class, when I smacked them, was just like, honestly, after that, everybody was fine, except for me. In my head, I was like, damn, I just assaulted my classmate on accident. I know everybody was fine with it, especially her now, because when I got up and we went to the wall to watch the next group perform, she looked at me and was like, oh my god, I didn't know you felt that way about me. And I was like, I don't hit women. And she just didn't know what to say, and so she just walked away. And we end class, and then things are fine, right? No, things are not fine. I was using Tinder at the time, and so you know how Tinder sometimes will tell you like, oh, you got a new match. You'll go and you'll check out what your match is. And guess who popped up? The dance minor whose butt I slapped in front of 24 other people. In my head, I was like, there is no way that I can swipe right on this person. And so what I did do is I swiped left, and I saw on the little bottom of that phone, it said, you missed a potential match. But the story doesn't end there. So she's a dance minor, right? I am a psych major. Guess what her major was? Fucking psychology. And guess where I saw her during my graduation? She was also at my graduation. And guess where she was standing? Not even 10 people in front of me, because the first letters of our last name were very close to each other. I'm standing there. I saw her look at me, and I kind of just waved, and I was just like, I saw her walk onto the stage, get off, and I remember, like, I was still so shook. I went over to the dean to shake their hand. I went up there and I just looked at him and I went, that was an experience.